Welcome everyone to Fated Worlds: The Burning Wind. How is everybody?
Well, we need like
Doing good.
exploding visuals when you say that.
Yeah, we do.
I'll have to work on that. Anything is
The
possible.
timing on it's gonna be pain in
Oh
the
yeah,
butt.
timing.
It would be a pain in the butt,
right?
but
I could try to make
theoretically,
sound effects, though.
it
Yeah,
could be
we could
done.
do sound effects, like play some kind of a sound effect.
The burning wind.
Let's see, do we have explosions or something like that? We have arrows.
Just like a trumpet
Loud
fanfare.
strikes.
Thank you, Kelly.
That works too. I mean,
Oh, we have an explosive trap, but I think that was what was that? Hold on, let me see.
That's closer. That's
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah,
if it.
the burning wind.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so excited. I'm like every week I am so incredibly excited to start this game. I love this game. This game is the best.
It is super cool. I love it muchly as well.
So before we jump in exactly, first of all, I would like to hear your new beliefs from all of you.
Oh, I'll believe anything. That's my new belief.
I don't have new beliefs, actually.
Actually, I can start if you want me to.
Yeah. Let me open my notes list so that I can put evil plots. Okay, go.
Okay, so the university's vast knowledge is being completely wasted, and my access is limited. It might be uncomfortable, but I'll need to go to Davy to mentor me. And I misspelled it there too because I just listened to the audiobooks a couple of times rather than
And Davey sounds
actually
like it's
reading
okay.
with my eyeballs. So it just doesn't make sense to me that it's spelled with an E.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
And I've already attracted too much attention, and my fighting skills are as rusty as my blades. If a violent confrontation arises, I will seem harmless just long enough to not get killed getting back into practice. And finally, I'm going to need to expand my business just to keep up with tuition when I return. I will use our travels as an opportunity to find new markets and contacts. And unstated in that belief is that that may come at a cost to finding Katarina, but we'll see.
Interesting.
And I have a new instinct. Always keep my weapons concealed, but within easy reach while away from the university.
Okay. Is there? Tell me, how are weapons seen? Are you supposed to walk around with weapons in like a city you don't know, or is that something gun laws in Europe that's forbidden or that you need a license for?
Well, probably like in a city, it's probably a bit frowned upon, but on the road, it's probably expected to be like that you're armed if you have a weapon of some sort.
Fair
It's all
enough.
the highwaymen and whatnot.
Yes, bandits.
Okay. Who else has new beliefs?
Okay, yeah, I've got more or less everything new. So I've got 5.5 new belief in instincts ready to go. So
Cool.
I actually need to rewrite this one now that I think about it. So I think we said that this was resolved last time. But my new beliefs, I mean, I've come up with the. We're waiting for the first one in a moment. Yeah, second belief is all this anger has done nothing but get me into trouble. I will try to be a force for peace on the road. And now that I've given away my weapon, I need something to defend us with. I'll see if Madness can teach me how to use that sword. And my instincts are I can't afford to lose anyone else. Always keep an eye on my friends. It's impossible for the kidnappers to have traveled unseen for too long. If I see anyone on the road to Tinaway, I'll ask them about Katarina. And when I have a moment to myself, read the books we obtained from the university.
Cool. I updated my beliefs and instincts as well. Well, none of my instincts changed, but my beliefs are now, we need to locate Katarina at all costs. I will use what I've learned so far at the university to my advantage. Lynn and Katarina are good friends of mine, and I'll help any way I can. It's going to stay the same. Actually, I might change that. I may put that in the back burner, because right now they're split up, but I'm going to think about that for a second. And finally, I trust my companions to keep me safe. I will rely on Levi, Mathers, and Lynn if danger appears. Oops.
I don't see how that last one could possibly steer you wrong.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think it's going to be totally 100% fine. I don't know why you would think that. Oh, I think I know. Traveling this far afield will give us new opportunities.
Oh yeah, I had an idea, by the way, for an instinct for Desi.
Oh yes, I like these things.
Since Loden, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's one that you'll want.
We went to the thing. This is the belief. I need to try the bread in the place that Loden told me to do.
But something that Loden said was create your own opinions on things, right? Create your own experiences, basically. What if a Desi has an instinct or a belief that is try everything?
Ooh.
Where that can go as far as letting somebody hit you with a stick, like not defending from getting hit because you want to experience what it feels like to be hit with a stick, or anything like just experience everything.
Show me
God,
the
what would my
world.
instincts would I'd have to I'm gonna change never turn down chocolates or sweets to more generically never turn down a new opportunity. A chance to try something new. There we go. Chance to try something new.
Try or taste something new?
Well, in my vernacular, try could be taste. So yes.
Yeah, I figured out a wording for that one belief. So, Katarina is my everything, my heart and my soul. I will do everything in my power to reunite with her.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that one's going to be a bit more long term.
So I definitely want one of my beliefs to be specifically eat beef stew in a tier, because I was told to do that, and I want to check that box. But I do want to more generically also try new things all the time.
You can also make instead of an instinct, make your belief. I want to experience everything. I'm going to start by eating beef stew in Itur. And that would free up one of your instincts and still keep that line going.
I like this because
okay,
it's two different things, and it allows me to do the you're right, I've never been hit by a stick before, please do. Like I'm picturing that scene now. It's gonna be great.
Then you realize that it actually kind of sucks.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nothing new for Levi?
No.
Okay.
He's boring.
He's everything but boring.
Yeah, nothing interesting going on with Levi at all.
No.
So you had to leave early last time, Levi. And we decided not to go on the journey without you because you're kind of instrumental to the story. So we did a couple of small things and that just ended the session a little earlier.
Sorry.
So I suggest that we start today in Imre, where you guys are. Oh,
Oh, it's a banana for me.
Internet food.
Thank you.
give me. You are very muted.
I want the banana.
I mean, I heard chat was hungry, so I thought I'd help out.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it's not for us.
Yeah, sorry. I mean,
It's internet food. It's for the world.
I'm afraid that this world does not have monkey men.
Yet.
Yeah.
Damn, we don't even have
I
zinc
mean,
to make them.
Lynn can
for us.
create some interesting accidents with her alchemy. Who knows what will happen?
And I bet the new Patrick Rothfuss book will be chock full of monkey men.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Bound to be, right?
Actually, that was everything was the build up to that point, and the final book is exclusively about the monkey man.
You didn't know that about the Amir, did you?
Yeah. The children are actually monkey men. Who would have thought?
I mean, the whole
If that
like
is true.
face hidden in shadows that just referred to like the fur of the monkeys and everything. I mean, yeah, sure. I get the link or something.
Awesome.
So, we're in Imre. It's a beautiful morning. The birds are twittering, and the air is fresh and crisp. Sun just peeking sleepily over the horizon. And Z is there, and she brought a cart with 2 sturdy brown horses. And you filled up the cart with various things. You know, there was enough space to even bring like part of your alchemy lab if you choose to do so. So,
Bring everything along.
Yeah, that's a
We
tough
can
decision.
use everything.
I mean, if we have the space, why not?
yeah,
Could be
you
helpful.
have a cart. A cart has the advantage of space.
Oh, well, okay, so the reason why not is that we could lose it. But
Yeah, we could also
there's definitely advantages in
here.
having it.
Yeah, if you don't have alchemy equipment when you're trying to roll alchemy, you'll suffer double obstacle penalty. So that's pretty severe. So if you want to do alchemy on the road, you could choose to take it along. I'm not that interested right now in whether you take it along or not. You can think about that and discuss it between the two of you, and just let me know at some point in a private message or whatever whether you've done that. Just write it down.
Well, can we have it as gear so that if it comes up that we need it, we can just go, oh well, I'm going to use one of my gear slots, and bam, it's it. No.
wrong game system.
Yeah, I'd like to go medium load for this.
yeah.
For this particular mission.
Good try, everybody.
Um,
What would you call a mashup between Burning Wheel and Blades in the Dark anyway? How weird would that get? How fast?
oh god.
What's
Burning
the-
Dark. That'd be awesome.
I think
Ooh.
it would break so horribly the game system.
It would. It would. It
Burning
really,
Blade.
really. It would. It would break it so fast.
Burning wheels in the dark. I
Yes.
think that's what I would call it.
Sounds like a party.
or just wheels in the dark, like a carriage traveling in the night or something.
Oh man! And then you're all bandits.
Maybe
That actually makes sense.
Maybe it's just a train. Maybe we're strangers on a train.
So, yeah, you're there. She's there, and she's insisting that she travel at least to like the border of Commonwealth with you guys. She's got a horse for herself. She's not taking a cart along, but she's a horse with pack saddles, and she says, it's great in like a day's ride from here that we should totally go to.
Yeah, she can come on. It's only 10 feet.
Oh yeah. This is easier than I thought.
It's not that bad.
That's,
We should
I
set
feel
a
like
distance.
I
Desi
am
just
so thankful.
assumed that she was coming with us this whole time, so it's not even surprised.
What do you mean you're gonna go back?
How big do we think this map is?
Kelsa is frozen for me.
I just turn black on my end.
Okay.
Elsa?
So it's not just me. Ooh.
I can hear you guys, but
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we
20
can't-
froze.
There we
Ah.
go.
Am I back?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. I think I have. I think my internet is having a hard time connecting with Roll20 because it keeps. I don't know. It popped up a little
What am
box
I
that
doing?
was like, your internet cable connection is unstable.
Mm.
But I didn't lose you guys in TeamSpeak, so I don't know.
There we go. Now it's at least 5 miles. 4 miles. So yeah, that's still way too short. So how long do we say it is traveling from there to the border? More than a day for sure, because
Yeah.
the inn is at a day's ride, and the inn is, if she's gonna follow you to the border and there's this inn before the border, then yeah.
Like, I would think like at least a week for that bit, or like a
Okay.
span rather.
A span. So that
Mm.
bit is a span. You guys agree with that?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to persuade her to not go with us because she can't miss her studies and all that stuff. No, I think I'll just go along with it. Damn, getting complicated here.
Okay. So tell me, how are all of you traveling? Are you like who's steering the horses? Does anybody know how to steer horses, or whatever it's called?
Pilot the car.
I figure I would know since I have a like peasant life path or village, I guess. I don't have like any particular skill in it. If they get spooked or go off the road or whatever, we may be boned, but I think I know how to drive a cart.
You've done it before, at the very least, for little trips like market or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But
I can
knowing Burning
persuade.
Wheel, there's probably a riding skill.
There is a riding skill.
There
There's
is
a riding skill and driving a cart are two different skills. And having ridden a horse and driven a cart, they are two different skills.
So you're
Yeah,
you're driving the cart?
Yeah, there is a driving skill.
I will drive the cart.
Okay. Who's sitting next to Desi?
Do we have any other cohorts with us?
I
So
Yeah,
was Davy coming along with us?
Yes.
So Davy's coming along, and Z is coming along for at least the first part of the trip.
Maybe Z is the one sitting up next to me.
No, Z has her own horse.
Oh, right. I forgot.
She's got this
You just said that, didn't
giant black horse that she's riding. If you've seen her before, you've probably seen her around it. It seems to be her personal horse.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Then maybe Lynn is up with you because I think she's more used to like riding a cart than riding a horse. It's from being like in a city background and having at least some time in a noble court. So I think she's up there with you.
The question is, at what pace are you going? Are you going at a pace that people could be walking alongside? Or are you trying to go like faster than that? Like,
I figure we were going at a kind of... we want to go faster because we're trying to catch up with somebody.
okay.
So I guess Mathers and Levi are in the back?
And then Davy as
Or
well.
do they
then?
have horses?
Okay.
Yeah, I was assuming that we had the extra horses. I thought that
Is that part of the deal?
could be wrong.
How many horses do we have?
So Levi asked for a cart with horses. So that's what you got, but the cart is big enough for you to sit in the cart. And the horses are strong enough to pull the bigger cart. But you don't have separate horses next to the cart.
Okay.
Oops.
Yes. Oops.
Actually, you know what? You've got a third horse tied to the back of the cart. And Z says, just in case.
The backup horse.
Yeah, a backup horse.
Mm.
So one of you could be riding the backup horse if they'd like to, and are at least slightly adequate at sitting on a horse and not falling off.
I think I'll just ride in the back.
Or want to get adequate at sitting on a horse and falling off it. So, Levi, Mathers, where are you? Are you sitting in the cart? Is one of you riding the third horse? What is Davy doing?
I'll just be.
I can't ride.
Yeah, I'll just be in the back of the cart, it'd be great if Davy was hanging out back there, but if she wants to ride.
It's really weird. It seems like Desi always strikes up a conversation with you right before you can make a move in the back of the cart, as if it's boring. Complete happenstance.
I don't know. Do you think Davy knows how to ride? I imagine if she knows how to ride, she'd love to get on a horse. But the question is, does she know how to ride in the first place?
I can see that going either way.
Wanna roll a die of fate?
Sure.
If it is a 6, she cannot ride. If it is a 1, she can. And 1 to 3, so she can ride. She's not very good at it though. So she probably has it open. I think then she would like the chance to sit on the horse and just
for the
enjoy.
First day until she realizes that 8 hours on horseback is actually not that fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Until she starts getting saddle pain. Yeah, I think at least for a while she'll ride, but at some point I agree, especially if she's not an experienced horse rider, she'll get back in the cart. So you're traveling along the road and the sea is
actually, before anything happens, I think I do want to answer, at least personally answer your question about whether or not we're bringing stuff from the shop. I think I'd like to bring like a bunch of samples, but not the actual lab equipment.
I think Lynn would like to bring something at least, but not like the whole set, but maybe like one pot to boil on and some sort of
Desi's brought her star charts
contraption to make heat.
As well
as you guys
her,
can take like part of your equipment as well. That will probably increase the obstacle, but by less than it would than doubling it.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that sounds like what you are doing.
But I figure that Desi has like all of her, like, if not all of her star charts, at least like all of them that fit in a bag star charts. That she usually carts around the university with her, and I don't know if that would count as her full tool set for astrology or not, but I think she definitely has. I mean, it's an instinct. She's bringing them, whether it's a good idea or not.
Well, you have a gas cart, right? You can bring stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you bring more, that just means that Mathers and Levi are more cramped up, but who cares?
Does just show up one of those like large traveler's backpacks? like
yes,
bigger than her
and
almost.
There's just scroll tubes sticking out of the back of it. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's the horses. There we go. So we are traveling along the Great Stone Road, and C is making idle chatter with Levi, basically asking him like, what happened exactly. I know that friend of yours went missing, but what exactly, like, do you know who did it?
Well, I think you deserve to know as much as I do. I just tell her what I officially know. Well,
What
the
you're
others,
supposed to know.
what the others, what the others think that I know. And yeah, I'm just keeping it at that for now. This is indeed a tragedy.
Do you want to give me a falsehood?
I just do that,
Just
I
on
guess.
the all that I know thing. I mean,
Yeah.
the other stuff you were probably just telling the truth about what you know, but I wanna see if she thinks you're telling her all that you know.
I think I'm using two persona points at this point because I think it would be catastrophic if. Wait, actually, I think I needed it. I just a regular roll. Damn it, whatever. So I don't get any bonuses, right?
Unless you have anything to like fork in.
Yeah. Let's see.
I can fog and persuasion though.
You can't persuasion.
Oh, I can't fog because it's I'm learning this skill. Never mind.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you could have forked it in this case, I guess. Since you get a +1 because she likes you.
Okay, it's modifier, right?
Modifier
is that right?
Yeah.
Obstacle is?
Give me a moment. I'm just rolling for her because she doesn't have a sheet. Just a handout. 1, 2, 3, 4. Obstacle is 4.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
Oh, who knows?
Yes, I
am.
Yeah.
And not that Mathers is particularly suspicious at this point, but is there a chance that I notice like some sort of discrepancy or something?
Aren't you paranoid?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, so you should notice, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'd have to test for it, I'm sure, but
I don't think you noticed something about Levi. But I think Z gives something away. Like, she doesn't say anything to Levi at this point, but you see her just slightly raise one of her eyebrows. And Levi, you notice this as well.
I ignored.
So is there anything you guys would like to do before you arrive at the first inn?
And that one roll that I learned falsehood.
Nice.
How long do we have until the was that the one day?
Yeah, that's a day. Like, I'm not gonna go through every day of the travel separately.
Yeah, makes sense. See, I think Lynn is just going to be like dwelling on her alchemy more so than anything in particular. Gonna be. No, I'm gonna do my instincts and say that she's reading one of the books that she got from the university, probably like the pamphlet we got about the Invisible Hand.
And I think I'll take advantage of the opportunity to possibly not be interrupted by Desi. To talk to Davy.
Desi's definitely not eavesdropping. I don't know what you're talking about. What do I need to roll to eavesdrop?
After like
Be stealthy, I think.
An hour and a half or so, Davy starts looking slightly less comfortable, and after 2 hours she's like, okay, I'm gonna write the card. And she just she sits down very gingerly and she stretches her legs. She's like, oof, that feels good.
Yeah, I've been on a horse before, but distance, that's sort of a different thing.
Well, only one way I'm gonna get more experience.
Yeah. Speaking of that, look, I know that I don't know. I don't even know how to bring this up. Really, I mean, I know that a lot of people.
Mathers, how often do I need to tell you to say stuff? You don't have to hold back around me. I'm your girlfriend for a reason, okay?
Okay. I'll just put it out there. I know that around the school, you have you're sort of known to have a
User
very
was
strong
moved to your channel. User left your channel.
a very strong
Wait,
LR. And I don't
I'm
want
okay.
to I don't want to presume. I don't want to prevail upon you too much, but in all the years that I've been there, I've never been able to get things to quite click, if you know what I mean. I'm wondering, maybe you could help.
She furrows her brow and she says, I mean, I could try, but I don't want to end up giving you binder's chills because, I'm not good enough to teach you. I'm not sure. Others, I don't know.
Okay. Well, if there's a risk involved, I accept it. I mean that. I won't push beyond what I can manage. But I don't know if it feels like I'm taking advantage, then I'll find some other way.
She sits for a little while, pondering your suggestion. And she says, guess it wouldn't hurt if we just stick to the basics. But if I'm going to teach you, then you are going to have to listen to everything I say. No excuses. If I tell you to do something, do it.
I could do that.
Okay.
I think.
So immediately after that, she starts giving you assignments, and she basically rides your ass for the rest of the day.
Oh boy.
I mean, I was about to say that we're about to see a weird kink develop, but I guess it's just happening.
There it is. It's right out there.
Yeah,
Get
no,
get a room, y'all.
she's relentless. I mean, she's gonna train you the way she trains herself. And Davy is incredibly ambitious.
Demon Davy.
So you're
Go
getting a taste of the Davy.
Okay.
For sure.
And it only turns him on.
You can just see Kala's head churning, coming up with puns.
Yeah.
Got that face.
Oh yeah. Hold on. You want me to visualize eating the apple while balancing on one foot and saying "rubber baby bumper buggies" at the same time?
Yeah, I think Lynn in the back is just shaking her head. Man, those two guys just gotten weirder, haven't they?
I don't know if Nessie would consider anything weird though.
I mean, if not that, then nothing.
I think her definition of weird is like some variants of normal, but she knows that those aren't supposed to be normal, so she doesn't say anything about it. And then like stuff that's so far out there that nobody would ever think about it at all, and if they see it, and she's just gonna be like, okay, that's weird, and everybody else is gonna be like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on?
Not supposed to be fire in this guy, right?
Yeah, that's mildly unusual, and everybody's like, oh shit, and she's like, huh, interesting, odd.
Must be a vision. Must have meaning.
When did that building fall over?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
So, as you were traveling, you meet various travelers along the road. You know, a farmer going to the market, women traveling to like the nearby village, a couple of traveling priests.
Okay. Yeah, if Lynn sees the priest, I think she's going to ask. She's going to jump out of her position in the back of the cart and ask them if they've seen a group of travelers heading down the road.
A group of travelers, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're on the road. There's travelers everywhere. Can you be a little more specific?
So yeah, I think they would probably be traveling with a cart of some kind, much like our own. They might be traveling with a woman that they make her keep to herself.
He scratches his head. People with a cart traveling with a woman. Well, I've seen people with there was a couple that came by here earlier, but I mean, I'm not sure I saw anybody who was forced to keep to themselves. If that's what you're going at, I'm sorry, I can't really help you unless you have any more specific questions.
Excuse me.
Well,
Is there a forest in this direction? A big one?
Well, if you travel, that depends on how far you're planning on traveling. There's various forests. Really big one is the Eld, of course, if you travel all the way past the Aeturan Empire.
Of course.
Well, they wouldn't have left Imre more than a few days ago, or however long it's been since the disappearance. I think Lynn's going to try and give them like a timeline, roughly.
No, I can't say I've seen a group of people with just one woman. You say one woman, or?
Do I remember from my vision there were both men and women among the captors, right? No?
So there was the guy traveling with a cart. That was just one farmer. Or looked like a farmer anyway. And
I don't see any farmers matching that description.
And Katerina was beneath the blanket.
In the bags, in a blanket. Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, you just saw some bandits attacking the cart. You don't know how that ended.
Right.
And amongst the bandits were men as well as women.
Yeah, then I think Lynn's gonna. Then her story is going to have matched what Desi said. Didn't quite remember the details myself.
Fair enough.
But, so yeah, like a lone farmer that would have traveled from Imre a few days ago.
So one of them is like, I can't remember anything. Do you? And the other the thin tall one says, well, there was this one guy. It's probably nothing, but he
It's
had
definitely something.
he
I
had weird eyes.
appreciate anything you can tell me.
But there was just something about his eyes. You could tell that he wasn't a God-fearing man.
I see. Thank you. I forget if it's like an official title for Talon priests.
Don't know.
Like, so, thank you both. Ooh.
You can make up one. You can be like father or something along those lines.
Yeah, like father is one that comes to mind, but I'm not sure if that's too Christian.
How about bro?
Thanks, bro. Lynn gives me a high five on the way out.
Well, you can think of something. You're in some way tied to the Talon belief, right?
Yeah, Lynn's religious.
Yeah. So come up with something and tell me later.
Yeah.
What? How do people regard?
I shall scourge the wiki.
Yes. Okay. But you can also make something up. That's fine. It doesn't have to be the official thing.
Yeah, I just want to check if there is an official thing. Yeah. In the meanwhile, we can hop to someone else.
The other gentleman says, yes, he was in awful hurry too. I remember that. That was a couple of days ago, though.
That does sound right. Thank you.
And as you're planning to leave, by the way, anything for the faith? And he holds like open a bag for you to put in coins to show how religious you are.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Lynn reaches in and takes out one of the 2 talents that the sleep payer for the person, and puts it in the bag. What little I can spare right now.
But
You're I can see that you are a good religious person. I can I will ask Talon to bless you on this trip. And he looks at the others like as if to say like, and you, are you good people?
Father, do you...
I want to. I want to throw the bones to decide whether and how much, if any, I should donate here.
I
think that's a bad idea. I'm definitely gonna do it.
Something, by the way, that some of you might notice is that Dee is very reserved during all of this. Like, she quickly drops a coin in the bag, but she stays very much to the back, and she has like a hood that kind of draws lower over her face. So sure, you roll. You go consult the stars, Desi. You don't have to roll for this. You can just tell me whether they tell you to give them some money, or you can roll a dice if you want to see what the stars say. Die of fate.
I want to roll a die of fate because I don't know what the stars say.
Okay.
And
as soon as you pull out like your divining dice, you see that one of them raises the burning wheel that's hanging around his neck. Just raises it a little bit and mutters a few words.
all right,
Merciful
high, I
Telu.
donate a lot. Low, I donate nothing. 6. All right, the dice tell me that I need to appease them since I've obviously offended them by bringing them out. And so, like, I scoop the dice back up and I put them away, and I take out, like, a large sum of money, which is not a lot, but it's most of what I have. And, like, it's probably not one coin. It's probably, like, a fistful of coins.
Okay.
Like, a fistful of the medium rank coins, whichever one those are, I forget.
You wanna roll resources to see how much you have on you?
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. I like that.
Let's see if you can appease them. If you roll very low, then they're going to be very suspicious of you, and they're going to definitely do something about you being heretic on like the streets.
Fair.
But if you roll
Fair.
high, then obviously they're
So
somebody who
rolling
donates
against
that
Ob1?
much to the Church of Telu cannot by any means be a bad person.
So I'm rolling against Ob1 and just the best of what I get?
No, I'll give you an obstacle that you're rolling against, because then we know when you've appeased them enough.
Sure.
So, Ob3, I think.
Oh boy. Well, let's see if I can do this. The answer's probably no. The answer's definitely no.
Not a 6 either.
I pull up all of my money and I
just empty your bag into it.
I empty all of my money into their coffers, and I smile and I say, "I'm sorry, I don't have more to give to your cause."
The tall one bends over and nods something in the ear of the other one, and the other guy nods and they say, "Well, have a nice day," and they leave. You're muted, Brad.
Before you
I'll be
go,
right back.
This man that seemed a little bit off. How tall was he? Did he have any distinguishing marks?
Medium height. No, brown hair. He wore a farmer's hat. One of those big straw ones.
And Rathers will go on to press for details, like was his nose aquiline or bulbous, and just dig in as maybe not for like hours, but he'll definitely press their patience a bit to try and get a detailed accounting.
Yes, they're not their positive mood that they initially had thanks to Lynn donating.
Well, and I'll ask this with my with a change purse out, but not open yet.
Okay, fair enough. So they'll give you a couple of things. This guy seems extremely average. No particular scars or anything. If anything, it will tell you who the guy's not, but it won't help you identify him as such.
Okay.
You know that his nose is slightly crooked, not unusually, and that he has a very normal mouth, and that his ears were not big and not small, stuff like that. But after a while, they get impatient, and they're like, "Well, but gentlemen, we have important work to do for the church. We will wish you a safe journey."
And at that point, I'll shrug and put the change purse away. Like, oh, they're cutting it off? Then I don't feel required to donate.
They give you a scowl, and as you drive away, you hear them muttering to each other in the background.
I can live with that muttering.
Yeah, I think there's some similar muttering from Lynn.
Two words, who?
Matters and that whole situation in general.
So, yeah, did anybody, by the way, did anybody mention anything to Z about her being very distant, or did you guys ignore that?
I think there was a small pop-up that says Desi will remember this, but she's not going to mention anything about it. Desi's a very reserved person herself, so it made like she may make a mental note of it, but she's not like, oh, that's weird. Someone is standoffish and doesn't approach strangers. Like that doesn't really flag for her. So
Yeah, and I think Lynn, being maybe more of a believer than most people, knows that like she has met enough like unbelievers in her time, so it doesn't really bother her that way. Like it's just not everyone can be as faithful as I.
Well,
It kind of like Z's bar of worth and for Lynn just shrinks a little bit.
I mean, we're different. That's just gonna be a thing.
Yeah, I'm more or less doing the same than she does. I just keeping myself out of there because this is bullshit, and I don't want to waste my money for these people. I'm probably just buying wine with it or something.
It's alright, see. I know you can't be as humble as me.
The other hand, if Lynn is really religious, then it might make me look better if I. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Right now, I'm more concerned about Z than.
yeah, I think if the opportunity arises to ask her alone, then or to question her alone, I will. But
Yeah. So
I'm not gonna.
let's
I don't know if I'm
let's
gonna like
talk about
try to contrive such a situation.
let's talk about how when you arrive at the inn that night. Where is the inn sounds? I have the inn sounds. So you arrive at the inn, and if you want to, Mather, she's gonna put the horses away. If you want, you can offer to give her a hand and see if you can speak to her alone in the stables.
Okay. I think as she goes, I delayed a little bit because I'm probably like mentally exhausted from like a day of concentrating.
You're probably going with her to get away from Davy,
Okay.
right?
I justify it to myself as okay. I'm just gonna take a 5-minute break here, and here's my chance. So, see, I would totally understand if it's just a matter of you not wanting to interact with the church. They can be, well, you know how they can be. But I've noticed that you've been a little bit I don't know what's the word, off? No, I'd say, well, there's something up. And perhaps it's not my place to pry. But the road is a dangerous place. So if there's an issue, perhaps I should know.
Don't worry about it. She sighs. I'm sorry to be such a downer. Usually I'm much more cheerful, but no, it's nothing. It's a long story. Your friend had some
certainly
trouble with the. No, it's not another thing. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, it's certainly not your responsibility to keep our spirits up. But if you're certain that this doesn't pose possible danger, then I'll let it drop.
She says, "Don't worry, I won't allow it to set you guys back in any way."
Oh, so you're saying it does pose a possible danger, but you're willing to take some sort of action to keep it from getting out of hand? Maybe you should go ahead and tell me what's up. I'll be discreet. I am the soul of discretion.
She rolls her eyes and says, how do you still have the energy to do this after today?
Well, okay.
Clearly, I should tell
and like
they need to grill you a little harder. But she she gives a little grin with that.
Yeah, and I think I'm on the brink of explaining how it's break, and then I'm like, no, that could backfire.
So if you want, you can try to persuade her.
Okay. Yeah.
She has a will of 5.
Oh my.
That is what you will be rolling against.
Okay. Let me see. I'm not lying to her. So I may not have anything.
If you have ugly truth, you can probably fork that in, since that seemed what you were doing.
I've started ugly truth. I think. Yeah, I started it.
Do not have it.
Yeah, cannot fork it.
Fair enough.
Let me see. Probably. I'll just roll persuasion. Five, you say? Wow.
Never lucky.
Wow.
Look, I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay, well, you're right. Well, okay. If it does come to bite us in the ass, remember, you had this opportunity, but yeah, I just don't have the energy to press anymore. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later. And it takes a while before she comes into the she comes into the tavern. She clearly spent some extra time with the horses. And in the tavern there is this very this giant guy, and he's the tavern owner, and he's like, welcome, come in. What can I get you, weary travelers?
A little bit something to eat and drink, perhaps. Traveled quite a ways on the road, and simply looking for a place to rest.
Perfect. We have a fantastic meat pie on the menu today. That is definitely worth trying out. My wife cooked it herself.
Sounds lovely. I think Lynn kind of stops herself when he mentions his wife. Sounds lovely. We'll have that.
Would you like any rooms for the night, or will you still be going somewhere?
What time of day is it, by the way?
Nightfall.
Okay.
See, I think we'll be having, and Lynn sort of thinks to herself a bit. 3 rooms?
Very well.
Should be all we need.
Perhaps just. And I say this a little bit under my breath, close to Lynn. Perhaps just common floor space will be adequate.
I think Lynn looks like to you and Davy, and like thinks back to how the day has been. I think I'm gonna want you two in a room.
Yeah, when you mention it. Okay, yeah, look, 3 rooms.
So Z later comes in and she offers to pay for you guys.
Well, there we go. Nice.
for the rooms.
For some
Nice.
reason, I'm pretty sure that the sleeping arrangements are Mathers and Davy, Levi and Z, and Desi and Lynn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I can see that, yeah.
I'm not
I'm
sure that
thinking
Levi
if
is
Z would
happy
be
with
that
this
bold.
sleeping arrangement, but I think literally everybody else is.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if Z would be so bold as to request a room with Levi, but, since you guys already requested 3 rooms and that would be the most sensible thing, then, who is she to argue?
Mhm.
It's just good sense.
I feel like Desi and Lynn exchange a look and just a little nod about this whole thing.
Like, yeah, sensible.
And I'll have another drink, please.
He
Gonna need
brings you this is good ale, like it is not like how do you say that in English? In Dutch, you say klootwater. It's basically water from like a small like stream, like basically bad beer that they serve at some of the university pubs. Like this is good stuff. This has flavor to it.
Yeah, I think the common word is piss. Tastes like piss.
Yeah, no, it's not piss beer. It's this is a good beer.
Is it like
Not-
is it like surprisingly good, or is it
Not
just good?
not super refined. Like the thing of this pub, it's very pleasantly middle class. There is nothing crappy about it. Like it's all decent quality, but it's not stuck up.
Yeah.
I would like to roll etiquette to thank appropriately, and because we are all treated, so I try to behave appropriately.
Sure.
Can I fog in noble wise?
I don't think so. I don't think this guy is a noble.
I mean, with Zine, I'm not about that
Oh,
guy.
You're thinking Z. Sure, then you can fucking noble ways.
That means 1 modifier, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
2, because I think 1 right now, because there's this thing between us right now. I don't know what the obstacle is, but oh god, help!
Might be okay.
I think the thing is that even though Z is noble, she doesn't really care about etiquette. So maybe you apply the proper etiquette, and she's like, sure, whatever. So Levi, could we go for you want to go for a walk for a bit? She gives you this look that basically says, "Say yes."
I have etiquette. I could decline. Oh, wait.
Really?
Yeah, that etiquette to decline politely, that's a much higher ob.
I've tried to persuade her because it has been a long day and we should be fit for tomorrow. Otherwise, we are we're gonna be in trouble tomorrow if we are not too tired to.
Just for a little bit.
And I think at this point Mathers is probably. I mean, this is near the end of the evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So-
guys have eaten your
yeah.
full on the delicious meat pie that the wife of the innkeeper has made you.
Yeah, and I think at this point Mathers is kind of in his cups. So he'll be all, Levi, don't be an idiot. Go.
So I think after that I'm not trying to persuade anymore, but I'm going because damn, can't really. If I decline now, it's gonna look even worse. So yeah.
Yeah, so she cheerfully sticks her arm through yours and walks you out of the inn. But when you guys get to a little distance of the inn, she lets go of your arm. And she looks you in the eye and she says, "You weren't revealing all you knew about the situation today. What was that about?" Just looks at you very straight, like you don't see any judgment in how she says it. She's just telling you to tell her the truth.
You can't handle the
I'm
truth.
thinking of a way to persuade her without lying, but without saying anything that gets you in trouble now.
Would you like a shovel?
I think.
You can borrow mine.
To murder her with, or to dig his own grave?
I mean, one would cost the other.
I think I'm going to tell her that I can't because this would make the situation even worse, and I'm not comfortable talking about it, but I'm trying to make the best of the situation.
Well, okay.
Please, Levi, you can trust me, okay? I've seen bad things in my life. I can deal with it. You can trust me. You know I would never do anything that would harm you.
Can I still roll persuasion for that now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're not lying. It would make things difficult for you.
Yes.
You're trying to keep things good for you.
I think I fog in. I don't think I can fog in anything. Never mind. I'll just roll and spend a persona point and hope for the best. Let's go.
Like candy.
Base obstacle is
5.
That's will.
Or will.
Oh god. I have to explode.
Do you have any 6s?
There's one 6.
Yeah,
You have one
One
6?
6.
Yeah. So 1/36 of a chance to still do it, but yeah, let's do it.
Don't forget to write down, by
18,
the
I
way,
think.
that you've spent a persona and a fate on persuasion, and before also 2 persona and falsehood.
I can't do that because I don't have falsehood anymore. I don't have it yet, so.
Oh right,
have
2 persona
perce-
on whatever will, I guess, then is what falsehoods come from.
But
yeah.
you're learning it, so you there should still be a space to.
No. While you're learning it, any Artha you spend on it goes towards the stat,
root
not
stat.
the skill.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so he still gets the Artha. It just goes onto the root stat in that case. But don't forget to write it down either way. Wow!
Nice. Well
Amazing.
played.
Rocket at 1 in 12 chance.
Oh, I actually want to 30. Yeah, it's more. Right, you're right. It's
Yeah.
once. Yeah, 1/12. You're right. Damn.
Math!
So fine, your secret is safe with me, but you know, if you in any kind of trouble or anything, you can trust me, okay?
Thank you very much.
I mean, maybe I can solve things in a way that works for everybody.
Yeah, I think we would just try to get her back at this point. And
I think she's going to try and talk in on you as well, and not per se to persuade you to tell her the truth, but to persuade you to do the right thing for everybody.
Oh, that's going to be hard because of my beliefs. I think this gotta get the high obstacle.
So normally to persuade is just will. So the obstacle would be your will. I'm willing to make it 1 or 2 higher, whatever you guys think is reasonable, based on the fact that you have a belief that goes against that.
I mean, I have 2 beliefs in some way. At one
Well,
instinct
she
in some
just
way.
tells you to do the right thing, to fix it in some way, but doing the
Okay.
right thing does not necessarily have to mean going against one of your beliefs. Like, you can spin it in a certain way that you can make it work, right?
Hard. Hard to do, but
Tough,
yeah.
definitely tough, and maybe not entirely possible. So I can definitely see how that would up the obstacle. But I mean, you have some freedom in how she words it.
Okay, sure. Let's go.
So, what is your will?
5.
Okay, what do you guys think? Should he get +1 for that, or +2?
I mean, it's sort of his whole thing right now, like to keep this thing a secret, to keep his involvement a secret.
Okay,
I
so
think so.
let's make it a 7.
Okay.
In that case, she is going to spend some Luna. So she has a persuade of 5. And then she has 1d6 extra from her persona. And she will possibly spend fate, but we will see that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4
Oh,
out of
wow.
7.
Yeah.
Damn.
Plus 3 6s.
That's getting dangerous.
3d6 exclamation mark. Oh, /R, not /3.
One
okay.
word.
Yeah, so she brought a very convincing story. But you managed to wiggle your way out of it somehow.
Okay. That is. I'm like, yeah. That's great, and yeah. I see.
So, do you all retire to your beds? Is there something you do in this evening?
See,
Or do
I
you
think
just...
I think there's one footnote that I've got about Lynn, because she has the instinct to always keep an eye on her friends. So maybe while this conversation is going on, let's like get a shot of a window to the inn in the background, and we see Lynn sort of peering out. So observing the conversation from a distance. She can't hear you, obviously, because she's inside, but she can see you talking.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
Hmm.
So... that night, it is quiet around the inn, and all you can hear are the crickets. And in the morning, you hear some voices outside talking amongst each other. And after a little bit, Levi, there's a discreet knock on your door.
Okay. Is she awake? Did she notice?
Yeah, she's awake. You can go to open the door, she will.
Yeah, of course I'm going to open the door. That's going to open the door. And, yes, how can I help you? Oh, and I make a gesture or some kind of face that I show. Can't talk here. If I see someone that I think that is in that direction.
So you see the wife of the innkeeper, and she peers inside and looks at Z and says, "Hey, Z, there were 2 gentlemen inquiring after one of your friends. My husband told them that you've already left, but I thought you might want to know. I think you guys should leave out the back door this morning, because as to, so that the other guests won't see that you were still here." And he just nods.
Who is it?
2 religious gentlemen. They had a couple of soldiers with them.
Thank you for helping. This is a really big thing to do, and I appreciate it.
Anything for Z. Just don't just stick with our story. You left early this morning in a hurry.
I close the door after we are done talking.
Yeah, I will bring you up some lunch, some lunch packs and some breakfast. In 15 minutes if you want me to.
I think that would be great.
Good. Do you like ham?
Of course I do.
Good. And she heads downstairs, and 15 minutes later, she knocks on all your doors, and there's a tray with sandwiches with ham and a jug of milk, some water to wash yourself. And there's also to see there's also this big bag with a bunch of sandwiches for the road.
So I picture the knock comes on the door and it wakes up Lynn, but Desi is already up with all of her star charts strewn all over one of the tables, and I don't know how Lynn wakes up when the knock on the door, but Desi glances quickly at Lynn, oh shit, I didn't mean to wake you up, and glances at the goes over and quickly opens the door and takes the stuff Lynn's sleeping.
Yeah. How early would this be, by the way?
So this be
Sorry,
the sun has maybe
sunrise?
been up for an hour or so.
Yeah, then I think then would actually either already be up or have woken up already, because he usually gets up early to.
Yeah, so the sunrise is fairly early,
mm-hmm.
Since it's still summer. But of course, if you're a very early person, then you'd already be up.
Yeah, so I think Lynn might be stirring awake around the time that the knocking happens and the breakfast shows up.
Okay.
And I think when Mathers opens the door, he's kind of this, and he's about to lay into her for waking him up way too loudly and too early and all that, and then he sees the food and all that is all. Thank you.
He's definitely hungover, is what you're saying.
She gives you a little knowing smile, and she says, I'll prepare some ginger root tea.
Thanks. Okay.
Which is considered a hangover cure.
Yeah.
Probably from the university that's more common belief than anything. But it's nice of her to offer.
Yeah, there's fluids. So there's that.
Yes.
Who doesn't love some fluids in the morning?
And does she mention that we need to sneak out the back?
So she didn't mention that to you. She just mentioned it to Z, but Z would come over to you, obviously, and tell you about it.
I can tell them as well if he doesn't mind, because.
Yeah, sure. You go to Mathers. I'll check on the girls.
Yeah. So, was the question ever asked who they're actually looking for?
Was what question ever asked?
Did someone actually ask who they're looking for?
No, I didn't think they did ask that.
I made the assumption that it was me.
Yeah, so did I.
Well, who knows? She just said a friend of yours.
I mean, I'm thinking about saying, hey, go downstairs, but no, that would be too. No, that wouldn't work at all.
Okay, well.
So I'm just telling what she was telling, and it's good too. Makes me more believable.
I'll make sure the way's clear.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs and like make
No,
sure
no.
that the path. Oh,
Also, I was. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, Levi is probably better at this, but I'm not sure that
Yeah,
Mathers
so
knows that.
the woman told Levi, I don't know if she told you to not like go into the front door, just to leave out the exit, out the back exit, so that the other people in the inn wouldn't know that you were still here, and thus wouldn't know that the inn owner had lied about you guys leaving early.
Yeah. I just tell everything that I've been told, because it would be a bit risky too. I mean, it would be quite effective if it works out, but
Yeah, and Z knows where the back exit is, so she could point you to that.
Okay. So yeah, I will go down and make sure that whoever is inquiring hasn't like wandered into the back, or they don't have people waiting for us to come out of the back or anything like that.
Okay. So you don't see anybody. There appears to be nobody like waiting around back or anything like that.
Okay.
And there's not like immediately next to the house a thick forest that they could easily hide in or anything like that.
It's clear for now. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
And yeah, Desi will like lump on the cart and head out.
Yep. Try and be a bit discreet on our way out.
And thank you
Is
for
that
the
the plan?
hospitality. Very appreciated.
Friends of Caesar are always welcome here.
It's good to hear.
How do you travel that next day? Do you just follow the Great Stone Road? Do you go particularly fast or slow? Like, what is it that you guys do?
I want to have rolled an augury this morning. That was part of what I was doing in the setup and part of my instinct to get an idea of if they're still along the road, if we're still going in the right direction. Like, I ask what direction are we needed?
That is a very broad question.
It really is. It really is. And I think that fits perfectly with Desi, that she would ask a really broad question and not a really narrow question.
It makes a wide spin to get your answer. Go ahead, Laura.
Yeah. Unless you'd like me to narrow it down, I can definitely do that.
No. You can ask a wide question. You just might be needed somewhere else than where Katarina is.
Well, all right. Where we needed to find Katarina is
okay.
what I would ask, because that is our mission, that is our goal. But there would definitely be a Katarina mentioned in there.
Okay, fair enough. No. Then you don't have to make it smaller. It's just for your own sake.
Yes, for my own sake, it would be. It's not where is Katarina though. It's where do we need to go for Katarina.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
It's still there. You can still fuck with me there.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Although that might be a better question than where she is right now. I mean, if we're
also true.
Yeah.
Also true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we need the first step of the
and
sequence,
it fits
not the last.
Desi more definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're asking a direction. So, question is up 4, and you can, if you roll higher than that by a couple of points, you can increase your answer to make it more accurate.
Okay. I don't have any Artha to spend. I don't know if any of my forks would work here. Do you want to help me, Lynn?
I would love to.
Okay.
Yeah, I really wish it was reasonable for me to, because I could really use that difficult but not challenging test, but I don't think it's reasonable. Like, I think there's
You were probably sleeping at the time she was doing that.
Okay. So, let's see. Omen-wise, yes, no, maybe?
Sure.
All right, awesome. Go 6. Let's roll that fate. Nope. But I do pass by a margin of 2. Can I get more detailed information out of this?
Yeah, you can get at least a bit more detailed. So let's see what you would get. So you see a vision of Katarina wearing rags. It's not like rags in the sense of falling apart necessarily, but very simple grey clothes. And you see her in this big stone monastery, and she's scrubbing the floors. She's like sitting on her knees, scrubbing the floors. And the light falls in through like a very specific stained glass window with a man on a horse that's lifted off his front two legs off the ground.
Rearing?
Mm-hmm.
Rearing, exactly. It's that sitting on a rearing horse and holding something in his hand that like shows a lot of light radiating from it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I describe all of this to Lynn and like try to sketch the stained glass window that I saw.
Okay.
I'm not very good at drawing.
Let's see. Could I make a symbology test to figure out what that symbol is?
Sure. I'll buy it.
Thank you.
And assuming that you're showing everybody eventually, I'll help.
Yeah, I think this is sort of in response to the reading. So I think this is still just the two of us. See, can I fork history into this?
Definitely. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, this is where I regret not taking doctrine.
Probably make
are.
more sense if it be history with symbology forked in.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll just do that instead. Let's see, so modifier study then has no religious history skill. I think that's going to be it.
Can I help with Omen-wise?
I guess. Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
So since you're using history and not religious history specific, I'm gonna say that this is up for uncommon knowledge.
Okay, yeah. Perfectly. I'm going to put a point of persona into this. So we got the 4 of them. We put them to use. Base up to 4. There we go.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you recognize this this thing. So actually history is kind of like a wise, right? And you can use wises to add stuff into the story. So you know that this is Saint Laurentine, and
Okay.
you know that there's a Saint Laurentine's monastery in Aetwer.
Okay, so that's maybe something that we passed by on the way here. Or is it like out of the way?
So it's It's a little like up above the Great Stone Road. I'll draw you an X. It's over there.
Okay.
But you can tell me, what is the glowing object that Saint Laurentine is holding?
See, I think he's holding, but I'm gonna say that she is holding and burning a sword.
Okay. I will add that to my list of things I know about the world. Saint Laurentine holds a burning sword on the glass window of monastery. Okay. So yeah, you know that there's a Saint Laurentine monastery in Aether, and you know where it is.
Okay. Yeah, then as soon as we're all together, that brings up to Dusty right now. That okay. Yeah, I think you know the place you're describing. Should make our way there as quick as we can.
I agree.
Then
Do you know how to get there from here?
Roughly, as soon as we get to Aether, then Lynn's trying to piece this together in how long has it been since the abduction?
Like 4 days or so, something along those lines.
Yeah, like, there's no way they could have gotten to Aether in 4 days. The border is still almost a span away.
My visions are not always of the present.
True, but it means we will be on their tails ever since then. Until then.
We should move quickly.
That
Yes.
moment you say vision, I roll my eyes.
yeah. I think it's just the two of us at this point. But maybe that's just a coincidence.
You didn't actually hear me say that. We just see a cut of him rolling his eyes for no reason.
Yeah, maybe Sigurd say, why did you do that? I don't know. Just feel bullshit in the air.
Just feel some bullshit, yeah.
The sun is shining. There's bullshit in the air.
As you do.
Love the smell of bullshit in the air. It smells like
kind of Desi's deal. Let's be real here.
So, about this traveling that you're doing, are you moving as fast as possible still? Are you still following the Great Stone Road? Are you changing things up? Like, what is your tactic?
I think Lynn would at least urge some speed on the road. He's getting a bit anxious with the vision. So if we could go a bit faster, that'd be great.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go as fast as we can.
Okay. So
I think sticking to the Old Stone Road until we get closer, at least into, because we're not actually in the Eturian Empire yet, right?
No. You're so to the border. The Celtic border, it's a span. So you're basically on this map. You've barely left Imre.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I think that we're gonna stick to the Old Stone Road until we at least reach the Eturian Empire and maybe look at some maps. But I'm gonna go as fast as we can.
Okay.
As in breakneck, or just like
setting
a fast pace, taking a few breaks. Yeah,
setting a reasonable pace, like nothing where we're gonna like injure the horses or anything, but fast enough that we may need to camp along the road because we pass by inns, like at 5 o'clock instead of at 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? We get off of the daily trek of inns.
A couple of days later, you're weary from traveling on the road. You've seen a lot of people. Desi and Lynn, you're sitting in the front. Give me a perception check, both of you.
Perception check.
Just on
Where
one.
is my character sheet?
No, not up one.
Okay. So,
Ob
what's the ob?
2, I think.
Okay.
Well, that's easy enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a
I say that, and of course, I roll a 1 success.
I'm gonna put a point of persona
Okay.
to this.
I'm out of persona, so go for it.
Seemed like you needed your point of persona.
Oh.
So, just a bit ahead of you, Lynn, you notice a group of people traveling on the road. There seem to be a couple of soldiers. There's some religious people amongst them. It's too far away to make out who they exactly are.
Okay. Do they look like Tellites, or is there another religion that I'm not aware of?
It's hard to tell from this distance. You see the general like robes that the priests wear. Could definitely be Talon priests.
Yeah, so I think I could reach over and prod Desi, whose mind seems to be elsewhere this morning.
What?
Do those look like the people from your vision?
Do they look like the people from my vision?
Not particularly. From this distance, it's hard to tell, but the rogues, there were definitely more rogues.
There's not nearly enough rogues to really make up the party that I saw. Did we get told about the people that were after us?
Yeah. Z told you about that.
Do these look like the people that were asking about us at the inn?
I wasn't quite told what they look like either. But if they're coming from the other direction, I would certainly hope not.
So they're going on ahead of you. They're traveling in the same direction.
The same direction we're traveling.
Okay.
But you're making a lot of speed, so you are slowly catching up to them.
See? She's calling very quietly because Desi has a soft voice.
Yeah, she rides up next to you.
Do you see those ahead? Do you think that they're who we're looking at it for us at the inn?
She frowns and she says, I don't know, but I think it wouldn't hurt, taking one of the side roads for a bit.
Let me ask.
It will take longer though. And she looks at you, Lynn, apologetic.
Well, perhaps we should just change who's outside of the cart and who's inside.
So it's not a covered cart. It's not a.
Oh, okay.
One of the. I don't know how you call it.
It's not a covered wagon. It's just got an open back.
Yeah. It's more like a farmer's cart if you had to compare it to anything, but it has like little benches with pillows on them, so that you can reasonably comfortably sit while bobbing up and down. But yeah, basically the thing is like the Great Stone Road is fairly smooth, so you can make a lot of speed. But on the side road there are many more bumps, so you just simply can't afford to go as fast as you would on the Great Stone Road.
Well, at the current speed, we're going to have to overtake them at some point. Either way, I suspect they're not heading for one of the smaller towns around here. If they're looking for one of us, so maybe we should just try to play it cool.
I agree.
So, Levi, why don't you sit up and take the wheel? You look more blind than the rest of us.
Well, why thank you.
Are you guys sure about this? I don't know. Like, If this are the same guys we met on the road, then they've seen all of us before.
Had they? Wasn't the point not to be seen by them? Why we left? Through the back
No,
door?
the gentleman on the road before that. Remember the two priests?
Well, they were heading the other way. So,
True.
doubt they would have made a sharp turn just for us. I was thinking about whoever it was that tried to come after us at the tavern. As far as I know, they were heading this direction. As far as I understood it.
Yes, that is what the innkeeper said.
That does sound more likely.
Before we just pass them, I do want to make sure everyone that there isn't a good reason that they want to arrest us, right? No one's done anything that would cause a large problem. Is this? Am I correct in this? Maybe I'm assuming too much.
You see Z blush a little as you say that.
Yeah, I think Lim might blush as well.
Wait, what did you say again?
I asked whether anybody has done anything that would essentially cause soldiers to have a reason to arrest us.
I think like Desi totally does, but she just kind of smiles and nods. It like everybody else is like blushing or feeling ashamed, and Desi's like, yeah, probably.
I'm like, I don't think so.
Levi's like, no, definitely, nope.
Nope.
And now there's like, just delicately, can I bring this up? Kind of might apply. And Desi's like, yes, I think I may have. I don't think I have any outstanding warrants, though.
Not in this country.
Oh.
Not in this country. No.
Perhaps I hate to. Oh, and did you share the vision of seeing Katerina at the monastery? Okay.
I think I already told everybody about that.
Okay. Perhaps it would be best to take an alternate route. It doesn't seem that Katerina's in true danger. Of course, we will bring her back.
I would like to get
Rest
there
assured,
sooner than later, but
yes.
I think your assessment is correct. If we are postponed on the road by these soldiers, it may take longer than this detour would.
I wish we were playing Fate now. Then I could just be like, here, have a Fate point. Do you want to go to Katerina as fast as possible at any cost?
I mean,
yes?
I can still make my argument why I think this would be the best thing and persuade them that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can definitely try. Like, I mean, it seems like there are various like opinions that are differing. It seems that Lynn wants to go as fast as possible.
Yeah,
Levi is also would benefit from going past those priests, not necessarily from going fast, but from going past those people. So Z is obviously against it. She says in response, by the way, to is there any reason why, does anybody have any reason to get arrested? She says, well, you never know with Hidden Priests. They can arrest anybody. And they feel like it. I feel like we shouldn't go past them.
But they would never they would only arrest you on faithful. So I'm sure we all have no
and
worries
Desi
about you, right?
has her hand in her bag of divining dice when you mention the unfaithful, and you can just hear the stones moving against each other. And
you see Z give you a foul look. You've never seen Z give anybody a foul look, but she gives you a foul look now, Lynn.
Yeah, then we'll remember this. Do we harbor a heretic in our midst?
Do you ask that out loud?
No.
Okay.
Maybe she's thinking that to herself.
So I'm not know what your if I make persuasion now and try to persuade you all with discussing this with all of you, how do I have to roll for each of you, or do I have to roll against each one's will? And it depends.
I think you just
I
make.
think you make a roll, and if you beat all of our wills, then you fooled us all. But if you beat some of our wills, then maybe we believe you, but whoever's will you didn't beat does not.
Okay. Let's try this. Can I fog something in here?
You can ask Lynn to help you. I mean, it seems like Lynn might be interested in doing the same thing.
Yeah,
I think Lynn would be on your side of this. You can help with.
Okay, I fog in oratory, if that is fine with you.
Yeah, so
Sure,
Lynn
but if you anytime you fork oratory into anything, I expect a great speech. So
Okay.
I
can
think
try.
An inspiring speech that instills the fire into the hearts of
that
your
means
companions. 2
modifiers, or do I? Oh wait, you have to roll first if you help me successfully, right?
No. Just gives you a dice.
Yes, so okay. I think I'm going to help you with Ugly Truth, which basically is like I know that this is a problem for some of you more than others, but we need to do this. We can't afford a detour right now. Like we're on a very strict time scale here, and we have to go, even if it means that some of you might be in trouble.
You guys are awesome, by the way.
So, modifiers 2 then.
Yeah.
So 1 from Lynn, and however many you're forking into from forks.
Yeah, actually 2 from Lynn, because my Ugly Truth is at 5.
Oh, so 2 from Lynn.
Yeah.
Okay. That means I get 3, I think.
Are you only forking in 1 skill?
Yeah.
You using any persona?
No, I don't have any persona.
Okay. So yeah, then 3 extra dice.
Okay, let's go. What? Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in 4 months.
Wow. Well, you've got 1 6.
Yeah, let's go. Why not? I mean, there have been happening more ridiculous things in this world, right? Then, yeah.
Okay, so
no.
4. Who has a will over 4 and who has a will under 4?
Mine is over 4, but I'm also on this trip to help Lynn find Katarina. So if that's Lynn's will, I'm going to go along with it. You don't actually have to convince me.
And my will is 4, but I really do think that discretion is the wiser choice. For what it's worth.
I'm sure we can be discreet.
So basically, Z is the biggest problem here.
Yeah, Z has a will of 5, and she really doesn't want to go along.
What if we hide her? And
if you want to hide from the prying eyes of the priests, or from prying eyes of the faith, I think she would say. See, then you're welcome to ride off on your own. We can meet up further down the road.
Or if you want to sit in the cart, we can wrap you in a blanket and say that you are resting and maybe not ill. They may try to help you, but just something where you less of a
And Desi kind of flounders because she doesn't really know where she's going with it.
Well, you could just, if it comes up, you can just tell them that your head feels like mine.
She says, yeah, sure. I think I'll do that. I've been writing for long enough anyway. Davey, would you like to ride Darkwind for me? And Davey's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
As long as it's not for too long.
So, yeah, she sits down in the cart and like she pulls a blanket over herself, and makes herself as small as she can be because you really see that she does not want to be there. So you ride up.
So, by the way, what armor do we count that persuasion test as?
Obstacle 5, I guess.
Okay.
Seems fairly average.
Obstacle 5, by the way, is that difficult, challenging? When this
dice,
was?
That would be what you rolled was 8 dice. It would be routine.
Well, he rolled 10 dice.
Yeah, he rolled 10 dice.
Oh, sorry.
Routine,
Definitely routine.
Yeah.
Incredibly routine.
An op 5 is
not getting anything out of that then. Okay.
See,
you managed to convince them to go along, even.
I mean, for that purpose, of course, that is awesome. That's awesome.
So,
See, I'm just gonna roll a good truth real quick to find out what category it's in.
So, as far as the story goes right now, like the way you are doing things, it will simply be you ride past them, they notice that you are you. Because they are indeed, the two of them are indeed the priests that talked to you earlier on the 2 days ago? No, the day before. That talked to you the day before. I don't know if you guys are doing something like riding extra fast or like hiding yourself in hoods, but right now I don't see a reason why you would even get a roll not to be noticed.
See, I think Levi is the one that's riding. Like, Levi is the one that's up front. And Matt is maybe up there. But
this could get problematic because I don't know how to ride. But yeah.
I mean, he just sit you on there for a little moment.
That means I get to beginner's luck test.
Yes. Well, that depends.
Well, okay.
Like, if you're just steering the horses and trying to get them to not run off the road, then you won't have to make a test right now. If you're trying to do a high-speed chase kind of thing, then you definitely need to roll.
Yeah, I think the rest of us were like pull our cloaks up and like stay low, like to not draw attention to ourselves.
Yeah. So I don't think right now that would be enough. If you want, you can try and convince me that it would be.
Yeah, he's the
But
deal.
your cart and your horses and the whole, like, you know, a cart drawn by 2 horses with a big black horse next to it, and this amount of people and such. I feel like that would be enough for them to just recognize you as you roll past.
Yeah.
Didn't we send 2 people off? So like,
I haven't declared my intent yet, did I?
Not
what do you
real.
mean?
Not I guess no.
What if I accidentally manage to screw it up and that I keep stuck somewhere or get off the road for accidentally or it gets slower than I wanted to and I just panic and it doesn't work out.
Accidentally on purpose, I take it.
So I don't think you would need to do that because there's still too many things that would be, in my eyes, clearly recognizable. But you can certainly do it if you want to.
Okay, if there's things that are recognizable, then that would be bad, I guess. So.
Well, you can't hide an entire cart and a couple of horses. I mean, you can pull a hood over your head, sure, but...
I don't think we have that extra couple of horses with us anymore. I think we sent them off because they wanted to.
You didn't send off any horses as far as I know.
Wasn't the plan for C to ride it off? But
she hid in the cart instead.
But if it would help with like our cover, then Lynn would like suggest that you ride it off.
I still don't think
I mean,
enough,
as long
like,
as we're doing this and it's an issue, I'd be willing to like get on the horse, ride up, talk to them while everybody else passes. They'll notice me, but I'll just be bland, and hopefully get us all past without them taking a whole lot of notice.
So,
And try.
Like, the reason to send Z off would be that whatever reason she has to distrust priests will not come back to bite you in the butt. if any reason exists. It won't make you less seen. The thing with Mathers is going to be incredibly hard because there's still going to be a cart with horses driving by. I can see how you can make yourself inconspicuous, I guess, to not let one lone person with a horse be recognized as part of a group that they saw the day before. But also that is going to be very hard. You can try if you want to. I'd let you guys roll for it, but don't expect to succeed.
Yeah, I think you're being a bit unfairly harsh, but if that's the world you want, then sure.
Well, I mean, they're specifically looking for people, and there's a big ass cart and a couple of horses.
Yeah, I think you're not letting us send off those horses.
You can send off those horses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the plan was to just send C off on one horse and Debbie on another, just to get them away from while we have these eyes on us.
No, but I said you can send off the horses. It won't change much because the cart is still there. Sure, it will make it slightly easier instead of whatever super high ob, it's super high ob -1.
So
which isn't really a difference.
Okay, so let's go ahead and try it. I'll give some pointers to change the look of the cart a little bit. I mean, there's only so much we can do while we're riding up to them, but
I'm not saying
let's
there's no way you can deal with these priests, Kala. I'm just saying that this way, that you guys are specifically going about, is going to be tough.
Hey, you're saying it's impossible. Pretty much.
Nearly impossible. Yeah, pretty much impossible.
But you're also saying that the consequence is just that we'll be noticed, not that we'll be, stopped and arrested.
No. Well, I mean, they will... I can tell you that they will probably try to arrest you, but... that whether they succeed as, another thing. That is, again, up to what you do then to try and not make that happen. So initially they will notice you and they'll say, hey, stop, You could have taken a side road if you wanted to avoid this entirely. You chose not to do that. You can still find whatever creative solution you want to dealing with this. I don't know, use your alchemy to disguise your cart in whatever way or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you seem pretty set in your ways. Let's get through.
I'm just telling you that this would be hard. You can't make a cart disappear or make people not notice a cart.
Well, I mean, I think I don't have this skill, but I think we're going for inconspicuous. They may notice the cart, but not notice anything unusual about it.
Yeah. Actually, okay. Let's at least delay long enough so that when the cart goes by, it's going by at the same time that other carts are passing, maybe in the other direction, so that there's more bustle to be inconspicuous within.
That is smart.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good to me.
So, did you guys send off anybody with any horses?
Yeah, I'll go ahead, so that it's two separate groups,
right.
in this, yeah.
So like Mathers and Davy go ahead, like a couple on their horses, and then we come behind half an hour later, completely different group of people.
Fair enough. And you're going to try and disguise the cart?
Maybe we'll try to do what Mathers suggested and travel close to another cart, so that it doesn't look like we're one cart on by ourselves.
Sure.
It's not like these carts have license plates.
No,
yeah.
No, they don't.
And I think we would have Levi driving just to recontextualize ourselves.
Yes.
Because it used to be Desi driving. Now Levi's up front instead.
Okay. Well, I'm trying my best Do I though?
Mothers, you are trying to keep them busy while being inconspicuous, right?
Yes.
So I feel like that'd be two separate roles. One for them not noticing that it's you, and another to keep them busy.
All right. Okay.
So to get them to not notice you. Okay, let's test it versus observation.
Will it be inconspicuous then?
Yeah, inconspicuous versus observation. Did I say something else?
No, I just want to throw it out there.
So after a couple of days, they won't be that observant, but they'll get definitely advantages for having seen you before and for looking for you. So let's say that they have an observation of 4 dice. And they get 1 die for looking for you. What do you guys think? 1 or 2 dice for having seen you before?
1, probably.
Since you're counting both things, I think 1 might be reasonable.
Fair enough.
Are we? Nope. Never mind. Let's see if there's any way I could help here.
For 1, 2, 3, your ob is 3 for your inconspicuous test.
Levi, do you have inconspicuous?
No.
Brilliant.
No, Mathers is rolling inconspicuous.
Oh, it's Mathers that's rolling it. Oh, okay. Thank goodness.
I mean, if I had conspicuous, I would roll it,
Goodness.
but
Okay. Let me see. I'm not being stealthy.
You can definitely throw in. Actually, you can throw in falsehood if you're lying to them about who you are.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'll say be all as I see them. Praise Telu.
And if Deva is good, if Deva, what am I doing? Deva, if she's going up with you, is she helping?
Oh yeah, sure. She's definitely helping.
Okay. So that's
Baby.
2. Oh, baby.
Good, but I'm not gonna. That's ob 3. Looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 6?
There's a 6. I
Yes,
will
you have a 6.
definitely.
Oof, 50-50.
Use that. Well, okay, I'll go ahead and roll first, then I'll do the accounting. Oof. Okay.
Okay, so they do not recognize you guys.
can I do something about that?
No.
It will be your turn later. It will be your turn later. You can also always, when you're driving by, you can always wave at them and be like, "Hi."
Oh man.
Levi, you're gonna get yourself killed. Murdered in your sleep, boy.
If I can't be killed if you're arrested.
I don't think
That isn't necessarily true.
Have I told you about our combined magic forces?
And I can just imagine
malfeasance?
Lynn just gnawing through the bars to get to you. If she finds out.
Damn. Well, my turn is later.
Yeah. No, it's not your turn yet. So, Mathers, you can try and keep them busy while the cart is there. So I think your obstacle for keeping them busy is fairly low, but you've got double obstacles. If you roll a 3 or higher, 3 or 2? I don't know. No, a 2 or higher. Like talking to them and getting them to talk to you is relatively easy. If you roll a 2 or higher, you will give them 1 extra die. If you roll a 5 or higher, you will give them 2 extra dice.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna spin a story about how the damn crop yields on the farm aren't what they used to be, and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna yeah, this is important. So I'm gonna do falsehood. If I can, I'm gonna fork persuasion and conspicuous.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think that's
Davy is of course helping you.
okay. That's 4 extra dice.
You have farmer close?
Nope, I don't have that. But I have bullshit. I'm good at bullshit.
You're good thinking you're on good.
Yeah, and like
Some kind of farming.
he already succeeded at being inconspicuous, right? So unless he does something really weird, they're like the weirdness is only going to confuse them, which will only keep them more distracted, I guess. Like for this, it's not necessarily bad that he's
Fair enough.
acting weird.
So do I count this as ob 5?
No, you count it as ob 2.
Ob 2. Okay.
If you roll a 5 or higher, you may count it as ob
Okay.
5 if you.
Well.
Oh, nice.
Well. And sure.
If you need ob 5 test, it will still be routine, I guess. Either way.
Yeah.
Um.
And I'll go ahead and roll that fate.
Roll it.
Roll.
Um,
A little bit more.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so you talk to them about the crop farm, and they say, well, you know, they hold up their coin bag and they say, well, Telu always blesses those who are devoted to the faith.
Boy, I wish I could. But as I was just saying, my family is about to start eating seeds as it is.
So you guys are moving by at that time, right? Levi and Bessie and Lynn.
Mhm.
So the question is, how do we do this? I mean, I guess inconspicuous makes sense. But it's more of a team effort than one person being inconspicuous. So I suggest that one person rolls inconspicuous and the others help. Or, you know, in case of Levi, might not help.
Yeah.
Want to help with my inconspicuous role, guys?
Yeah, I think Levi's gonna have to be the one that's actually doing the inconspicuous because he's driving.
Yeah, so to me, like, it sounds like Desi and Lynn are more the ones who want to be inconspicuous. So I feel like they're the ones who are, you know, dressing up the car to make it look different and doing things to make it look different. So I feel like they are doing it by them, and of course Z would help them as well. But and you could add to the obstacle if you want to make it harder.
And Levi, if you're obviously blowing this, I'll notice.
I'm not sure if you would notice. Somebody else would, though, because you're busy talking to them.
I always keep an eye on my friends.
Yeah, exactly.
I trust Levi to keep me safe. I trust you, Levi. Why would you? I trust you, Levi. Why would you do this?
You were like a brother to me, Levi. I love you.
Don't do this. I have the high ground.
Ah!
I have clearly the high ground.
I hate you.
Do you guys want to take a 5-minute break while you all decide what you are going to do as the cart rolls past?
Okay.
I love
Yeah.
5-minute break.
I think so. To recover from all these memes.
So much memes.
Yeah,
All right.
far too much.
So yeah, we'll be back shortly, probably slightly over 5 minutes, but soon. Please stick around.